Hey everyone, Christina here from worldlifestyle.com, and we are here with Brendan Brazier, the founder and the man behind Vega. Brendan, I want to talk to you a little bit about your story because it is so interesting and so compelling. Tell me a little bit about how you got started, because I know that you are an athlete and you're someone who is a plant-based athlete. So tell me a little bit about kind of the challenges of being a plant-based athlete and even your time, with competing in triathletes as well.
Well, I started off, I was 15 and I was running track in high school, and I just really liked it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to try and make a career out of being an athlete and race professionally. And I realized I like swimming and cycling as well as running. So I thought, well, that's a triathlon, you do them all together. And so I just started looking at what the top guys in the world were doing training-wise and tried to mimic that. And what surprised me was that the top people really didn't train that different from the average athletes. It was kind of similar, very similar. So there was obviously something else that was going on there that allows some to rise to the top while others remained average. And I found it had to do with rate of recovery, so the time in between the training.
Okay.
So if you can speed up that muscle regeneration, you're going to have a big advantage because you can train more in less time, which means you improve faster. So my focus went on recovery. And I found that nutrition played a huge role in recovery. So that's what got me into the nutrition industry, was really just to speed that cellular regeneration and increase the odds of having this pro career that I wanted.
Right, and I think that's something a lot of people miss too, is the nutritional part of working out or competing in general. So how did you bridge that gap, really?
Well, it was really just being aware of when you eat something. It's really obviously building blocks, fuel to fuel your muscles, and then building blocks to rebuild and repair. And if you put in junk, then your body has to use that to refabricate your body, and your body is not going to regenerate as quickly or as properly as it should. So just doing that and noticing a reduction in inflammation, which meant then I was more efficient because I didn't have to spend as much energy to move because I wasn't inflamed. So efficiency went up, less energy out, yet I could go farther with spending less energy. So obviously that's a big advantage. And then I could lift heavier weight because I didn't have the inflammation bogging me down. So lifting heavier weight made me stronger, which made me more efficient. So I found some pretty immediate benefits to eating well. And I didn't do it right at first. Like I ate a lot of refined carbs and starchy things, and things that really weren't that good, kind of vegan junk food in the beginning.
Right.
And then as I started to learn, I came up with a set of nutritional principles that seemed to work well for me, and then kind of built it around that.
Yeah, exactly. And is this where your program also came from as well?
Right, yeah, I wrote a book called Thrive that came out quite a few years ago now. It was 2007, I think, and just kind of outlined my nutritional ideas that I used to help speed muscle recovery, regeneration, how I felt nutrition could be used as an advantage in athletics. And then I developed a web series around that called Thrive Forward, which actually just came out fairly recently, and it's all free. There's 40 videos, a lot of downloadable material, recipes, meal plans. And the videos, they're each around 3 minutes long, and they range from like clean eating 101 right at the beginning to more specific sport type issues that people may have, whether it's putting on lean muscle or whether it's increasing endurance or whatever it is.
So let's talk a little bit about how Vega came into the picture, essentially. So you dial in on your nutrition, you start having better workouts, you start performing better overall, and where did Vega fit in with that?
So it was me really just learning these nutritional principles and then blending a bunch of things together that had complete protein, vitamin B12, iron, calcium, omega-3 fats, a lot of alkaline forming foods, a lot of greens, and I was just making a blender drink that I had for quite a few years, and it was utilitarian. Like, it really didn't taste that good. It was just functional, and, but it did work. It did allow me to train more and I improved faster. And then I partnered with Charles, who had started a company called Sequel that had maca and chlorella, and that I started using in the blender drink, and it worked really well to speed recovery and replenish my adrenals. I was burned out, my adrenals were not functioning well, and
maca is great for energy as well too. I mean, I personally take it as well, and I notice it's like an instant jolt, and it's great for pre-workout too, and post, it seems like. So
exactly, and it's not stimulating, so it doesn't cause cortisol to go up and wear your adrenals out further. It's actually nourishing. So there's a big difference between nourishing energy and stimulating energy. Nourishing is long-term, and it's solution-based. You're actually treating the cause of the problem, not the symptom, like drinking caffeine is very reactive and it's symptom treating. You get more energy, but you do strain your adrenals. So maca is the opposite, it actually helps rebuild them. So combining that along with chlorella in my blender drink works so well. Charles and I partnered and we said, hey, let's make a replica of the blender drink you've been making. That's what we did. It came out in 2004 in Canada, and then the following year it came out here. And yeah, it's been growing ever since.
I'm blending a Vega smoothie. Woo! No hands. This is better than spin class. Well, thank you so much for the time, Brendan. I loved the conversation we had. And where can people find more about you?
Well, Thrive Forward is probably the best website to go to. So just thriveforward.com. Then there's a Vega one that's myvega.com.
Great.
Check that out.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.